Hey gang, I'm excited to share with you today. I'm gonna do a lower body routine, kind of a variety of different things. Have fun with this. I'm gonna warm up though. I've done a little warm up already. I've done my dynamic warm up, but we have a lot of that to show you. So again, I'm not gonna bore you with that, but I warmed up my body first. I did my dynamic, I did some foundation exercises. I got my legs going here. We cranked the heat up in here. So again, it's a little bit warmer. It's cold outside today. We got 4 inches, 5 inches of snow last night. I think it's 10 degrees, but I'm gonna try to warm it up and kind of share this with you. So I'm gonna start out with one of my favorite exercises, the mini trampoline. And again, if you say, hey, in our gym here at On Target Living, what are we doing today? I probably use this more than any other piece of equipment. It works my lymphatic system. For those of you who do not know what the lymphatic system is, it's a sewer system of the body. So again, it really creates a lot of vibrance in my entire body. So I'm just doing a simple jumping jack here, just kind of loosening up my body. So I'll do this for maybe 1 minute. Sometimes I'll do intervals during a workout. I'm not gonna do that today with you, but again, you could throw this in between your exercises if you wanted to get your heart rate up. And then from there, I'm just gonna do a little, just running in place. Why do I like this mini trampoline? This is Jump Sport. It's nylon. It's super soft and super deep. I ruptured my patella tendon many, many years ago in 2000. Got 3 screws in my knee today. And this is one of the exercises that really helped me come back. Also, I love to snow ski. And again, this is something I practice on a regular basis, is single leg movements. And this is soft, it's deep, and it's tough to balance. So when I injured my knee, my strength came back, but my mobility and my proprioception, my balance wasn't there. And so that's where the mini trampoline came in. So again, I'm just loosening up. If you don't have one of these, just using your body, just kind of warming up. I'm gonna go about 10 more seconds. And it's fun. It's easy, fantastic on the knees, the joints, and a couple single legs to finish. So I first to get on this every day for at least a minute. All right. So we're working lower body. If you don't have a red band, don't worry about it, but they come red or green. I love this exercise. It's for my hips. And again, they're very inexpensive. I step into it. So the first exercise we're gonna do is a squat. I'm gonna get my feet a little wider than hip width. My weight's gonna be balanced in the middle of my foot. I'm gonna squat down, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna pull my arms back, bring them up, and I'm gonna do a row. So it's to stick my butt out, arms out, back to center, up and roll. So it's a little pause at the bottom. And as you get more warmed up, I'm gonna make it a little lower, knees tracking over the second toe. Again, don't need a lot of resistance, really working on my technique. And a couple more, a little bit more speed here just to finish up. We're gonna do 3 sets today, approximately 8 to 10 reps. Don't get caught up in that, really focus on your form. All right, exercise number 2. This is our side step with the band. So I'm just gonna take 2 steps. So this is working my knees, my hips, my feet, working my core, trying to keep my upper body quiet. And then from here, I'm just gonna do a couple monster walks. I'm just do a couple steps forward and then back. So working my rear end, working my feet. And recover. So while you're recovering, I want you to move around a little bit, grab some water. We're not staying in place. We're gonna do 3 sets here. Set number 2. I'm gonna get my feet a little wider. Create a little more range of motion. I'm going down and then coming back up. Now if I want to add a little bit of movement, I'm going to add a press. So again, I'm getting my upper body a little bit more involved. Working my rear end. My knees are tracking over the second toe. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of time. That's the key. It's compound interest. Doing a little bit every day. All adds up. All right, exercise number 2 here. 2 steps. Again, working my hips, my knees, my feet, my rear end, my core. And then I'm just going to show you from a different angle the monster walks. So I'm just taking my feet in and out. I love playing paddleball. These are all great exercises to keep my mobility, my flexibility. Walk for a second, a little recovery. I'm gonna grab a little drink. Heart rate's still up. And coming into our last set. This set, I'm gonna bring my feet nice and tight. I'm gonna squat down, I'm gonna hold it. And I'm gonna come up and row. Down and up. Now I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna add a press. So I'm gonna keep that heart rate going up. And just to show you from the side angle, I really want you to start sticking your rear end out. So again, as I go down, my butt's out, come up and row. Works my ankles, my quads. And then from here, we're gonna do one more set here. And I'm gonna just do one leg, one each side. I could add a couple. So again, whatever space you have at home or at work or your gym. Sometimes they say work, this is my workspace. And then I'm gonna do my monster walks, taking my feet in and out. Great on the rear end, works your back, works your feet. All right, we're done with those. Go for a little walk, grab some water. All right, one of my favorite exercises, number 3, this is called a step up. I love this exercise. You can make your platform as high or low as you want. We get higher elevations over here. We can make it even smaller. I even have some people that have neuropathy, and this is their step up. Believe it or not, working on their balance. And then come over the other side. So again, we're not gonna do these today. We're just gonna talk a little bit about that, but there's a lot of ways to change your progression. If I wanna make this more challenging, I could put this foam pad up here, makes it more challenging to balance. So I'm gonna bring my left foot up. My knee's gonna track over the second toe. Weight's in the middle of the foot. I come all the way up. Now, if you feel like you're having trouble balance, you can just come all the way up and touch. So again, this is pretty simple. If I wanna add more balance to it, I'm coming all the way up. Now the pad on this bench makes it pretty challenging because it's not real stable, which challenges my feet. So I'm working my quads, my rear end, my hamstrings. And again, I'm trying to control the movement. So now I'm actually working on my balance. And I like to tell people balance equals strength. So don't get caught up in all this resistance when reality is your intensity could be changed by how fast you're going, how slow, or how stable you are. All right, switching legs. So again, I can make this simple, coming up and touch, or I can add the balance component. Now my right side is definitely more challenging than my left. This is the injured knee. This actually feels great, works well, very safe because I'm going back. And imagine when you go down, it's nice and soft. It's a soft landing. All right, go for a little walk. Now, if you're just beginning at home or you're at the gym, this is just a basic hamstring glute exercise. And I'm gonna turn my toes just slightly in. And as I go down, I'm gonna let my arms hang, but my back is nice and flat. And as I come up, I'm gonna row. So I'm getting a little bit my arms involved, my back, but it really works my hamstrings, the back of my legs, and again, my glutes. So this is very safe. It's great for your core. I'm not using a lot of weight here. I got 15-pound dumbbells. So you hear me say this multiple times, perfect the ordinary. I'm really working on controlling my speed, stretching out everything. Pretty simple. So again, if this is way too light, you can add more resistance. Really work on your technique. But you can see I'm not spending a lot of time resting, which keeps my heart rate up. Okay, number 2, leg comes up. I talk to so many people. Number 1 reason people don't exercise, I just don't have enough time. You don't need a lot of time. You can see this today. This doesn't take a lot of time. A couple times a week, work my lower body, amazing benefits. If I had a dumbbell, I could press overhead. Or I'm just doing what I'm doing now. All right, switching legs. So right this set here, I'm gonna try to really work on my balance. So I'm really gonna try to pause at the top, control my speed, control my balance. You can see my eyes are not looking at the camera because I'm really trying to work on my balance. If I looked at you, much more challenging. All right, from here, I did 2 legs. One of my favorite exercises is to do a single leg. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'll go down on one leg and come up and do a row. So this is just the same movement, just a single leg. So it really works my hamstrings, challenges my balance. And then switching legs. Very safe on your back. All right, we're almost done here. Last set. Grab a drink, walk around, keep your body moving, starting to sweat, short amount of time, very effective, very safe, and round 3, last set. Coming up. Little pause. I'm gonna add a little bit more speed now. Or I can slow it way down. So again, one of the variables of strength training is how fast or slow you're doing movements. Play around with this. All right, switching legs. I don't think people spend enough time working on their balance, especially in the gym. I think we get so focused on how much resistance. And you want exercise to feel good. All right, last set here. I'm gonna go back to the 2 legs. Turn my toes slightly in. Coming down, nice flat back. Come up and do in a row. Feel the back of my legs. My rear end works my core. And a good sign as we age, can you touch your toes? You can see as an old guy, I can still touch my toes. No problems. This is something I practice. 2 more. All right, grab a drink, go for a little walk. Now, as we wrap this up, I'm going to bring in a Swiss ball. And the first exercise I'm going to do is just a hamstring glute exercise. So again, if you don't have a Swiss ball, these are easy to find anywhere. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to plant my arms. I'm going to elevate my hips up. My feet are together. My toes are kind of coming back towards me, and I just roll the ball in. So I'm really working on my hips, my glutes, and my hamstrings. So this is a great core exercise, plus it's working my legs. A couple more. And then as why I'm in this position here, I'm just gonna go down, let my rear end touch. And from here, this is called a hip extension. I just come up and I hold it. So this is like a reverse plank. So now I'm working the back of my legs, my rear end, my back, kind of my entire core. As I go up, I'm trying to squeeze my inner thighs together, and that creates the pelvic floor contraction. And then from here, I just bring the ball in, and I just kind of loosen up my back while I'm just resting for a second. So again, this actually feels fantastic on my back. I'm gonna roll the ball out again. Again, you can see these are relatively fast, pretty fast. I elevate the hips up, bring my toes back towards me, and I just keep my hips high. My inner thighs are together. So if you don't have a Swiss ball at home, I highly recommend getting one. There's so many things you can do with it. And then from here, I drop my hips down, elevate my hips up, squeeze, contract. I'm just gonna do a few of these. And by combining all these now, I can really start feeling the back of my legs really working hard. Roll the ball in, and I'm just gonna rock back and forth. And anytime you change your hand position, like this is a goal post, now I get a lot more core, a lot more stretching. And last set here, I'm just gonna roll it out. We're just gonna do a few more. Roll my toes in, bring it back, elevate up. So a lot of people are trying to work, gosh, Chris, I have back problems. I really like to strengthen my legs. The magic's in us. From here, I'm gonna drop down, elevate up, down we go. A couple more. Home stretch here, we just got a few more minutes left. All right, relax. And then from here, so that's our lower body exercise workout. From here, I'm just gonna do a little back extensions with a Swiss ball, and we're done. So for here, I'm just gonna take the ball, put my feet against the wall, slight bend in the knees in the back, and all I'm gonna do is around my spine, tuck my chin, and come up and fold my back in hand. So now I'm working my rear end, my hamstring, my lower back, my upper back. And then from here, I'm just gonna do a couple single arms, working my back. And then from here, I just walk my hands out, bring my knees to my chest, Slowly come back. So again, I'm kind of stretching out my back and my shoulders. And then I come back and I repeat to set number 2. So this time I'm just going to add extension, but I'm going to add a little twist. So I round the spine, come up, add a little twist. And again, you don't need a lot of these. And then I'm going to do a couple single arms. This time I'm going to bring my hands together. Walk my hands out, bring my knees to my chest. This time I'm going to add a little twist. Great for my shoulders, loosen up my back, into our last set. So this time I'm going to start out with my arms out, just mixing it up a little bit. Around my spine. So quick, so easy, covers lots of ground. If I want to add a little twist, I can. Walking out. All right, from here, I'm going to throw in just a few stretches and we are done, okay? The first stretch I always try to end every workout with is a wall extension. Kind of working the body here, lengthens my spine, good for my core, kind of cooling down. Sometimes I use the foam roller, but today I want to make this simple for everybody. Just lengthen my spine. And then from here, I just take my hands, and I love this exercise because you can do it so many different ways. But this is just our standing up dog, down dog. So my arms are going to be straight. I'm going to stick my legs back. And all I'm going to do is just get my back nice and flat. And I'm just kind of rocking my hips back and forth, really stretching those hamstrings that I just kind of worked hard, and just slowly come up and in. If I want to add my calves to it, I can be here and come up and really get my calves working too. I'll do this sometimes because it's an easy way to hit my calves. And then I change the toe position, spread the legs apart. This works fantastic for my hamstrings. So again, don't walk away from your workouts without having a little bit of stretching at the very end. Feels fantastic. My hamstrings were getting a little bit tight. And the last thing I always like to end most workouts with is a half moon. And I'm just going to do this right against the wall. So I'm going down about 6 inches from the ground and I look up and reach up. So now I'm working my neck, flexibility, my back, my legs. 4 or 5 inches away from the wall, palms are out, look up. This is something I want everybody to do on a daily basis. It's so easy and covers lots of ground. And you get better and better at this as you practice it. So thanks for joining me. And again, I hope you learned something today, and we'll see you next time.